friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. Welcome if you're new. Happy New Year. It is 2024 and I am putting together my January journal. I think this is going to be part 2. We'll see. But I think it's part 2. So I have done a little bit of work without you. I'm hoping that they post in order. So I chose a cover. Where did I put it? That's a good question, Allison. Well, don't have the, oh, here it is. Okay, so we chose this cover that was already made. I will be doing Junk Journal January from at Meg Journals. So this was already made out of, I think cardboard. I said a box earlier, or yesterday, I'm not too sure. It's pretty stiff, but it was already done. So I've added some tape to the edges and we're going to use it. I like the colors. I like the words. We already had it. Let's use it, right? So then I went ahead and chose some papers, and then that is kind of where we left off. So this is my signature for the month, okay? And now what I'm going to do is go in and add some pieces and some tidbits where I want them, because I am going to do some sewing to this. And I don't always do sewing to my journals, but when I do take the time to do it, I usually really enjoy it. And I don't know. So that's where we're at right now. And I thought, you know what? I'll just bring you along. So, what do I have out? I have some, let me see what you see. Let me see what you see. Over here, I have some like scraps, stuff, right? Just punches and other paper. Let's, maybe I'll do that a little bit. So I'm just going to mess around a little bit in here. And again, I just thought I'd bring you along. I taped some things together to make some signatures. There's some maps. This is old desk paper. So this is kind of where I left off, and I was like, oh shoot, I'll just turn on the camera. So I have my big scrap drawer out here to my right. And I've just been pulling random pieces, right? This is just pieces of magazine glued onto, a composition page or whatnot. And so I cut it to kind of make the size of a pocket maybe. So I think we'll kind of do that. And I'm gonna just, loosely sew it on here. Now, sew it on here, glue it on here before I sew it. Now that's interesting because when I look at this, if I glue it on right now, the stitching will go down this side. It may or may not go across the bottom. Sometimes I just do the edges, which is fine. I could keep it separate and sew around the pocket and then glue it on, later. And I actually kind of like that idea. So, it's glue stick. It's pretty, pretty forgiving. So I think I'm going to untack it a little bit. I'm going to leave it here. I think I want to sew the pocket. So we'll do that. I'm not going to sew it onto the page. Yeah, I'll probably sew down the page and I'll sew the pocket and we'll glue it on separate. I know that seems silly, doesn't it? Let's just glue it on. Let's just not make life complicated. Okay. And again, that glue is enough. It's still tacky. I'm just going to repress it down and, it'll be enough to hold it for sewing. Okay. There we go. And if I want, I can sew up right here. That's fine too. So we'll just make that decision when we get to the machine. I'm just trying to think, what else I kind of want on these pages. I have a couple doilies out. I have my crimper out. I do have some of my other collaged pieces that are like on, cardstock. So sometimes maybe I'll use that for something. So I'm just literally playing around, seeing what grabs my attention. This guy is from Happy Mail and has my heart. I don't know. You know, he might be kind of cute right there. The problem is, if I put him that close, I don't want to stitch him right here. So I'm just kind of looking. We could just staple in after stitching. Yeah. So again, I'm planning on kind of stitching around these things. So I'm looking for kind of things that I want to put on beforehand. I went ahead and punched some paper. These I like to put maybe on the top as big tabs or on the side, or I could definitely fold it this way as well, which might be kind of fun as a tab. You know, kind of like a large tab, it would kind of fit like that. This page is particularly big anyway, so I don't know if I want it there. I might be cutting this down. Oh, that was the other thing I thought I might do, especially on some of these bigger ones, is cut them down a little bit. I'm thinking if I want to cut them or punch them, but I think I'm putting away that piece of paper. That, let me reach into my drawer of drawer of scissors. I randomly chose this one. We're gonna because we have a bit. Now, this edge I'm not as worried about because the fatness of all the papers folded will bring this in a little bit. So I'm not worried or thinking I have to cut this off. But up here, I have quite a bit to play with. So let's just do it. Let's just, let's just play. I'm not that daring. You thought I was going to do it, didn't you? I thought I was going to do it. Yeah, I don't like that pin. I don't like this pair of scissors. I said just do what you pull, Allison, but I can't. So now I'm digging in my drawer of scissors because I'd like something a little softer, if that sounds weird. Like that one would do. Let's try that one. I didn't want the tooth mark thing. I'm going to just cut off this flower right here. I mean, not particularly measuring. There's a few little flowers on here I'm kind of trying to line up, but no, it's not straight. And yes, we're all going to be just fine. Okay, so there's a soft edge on that. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of fun. Okay, so we'll tuck that guy back in here, and I actually did it right above the writing, so that works out well. So that one can go there. I like that. So this one probably needs something. Obviously, this is a huge, bold graphic to work around, so we could choose something to like intentionally break it up. We could do like a corner, but I mean, we're not going to get, right? We could put like a flap thing on here, kind of like this. That's kind of fun. Oh, I definitely want to use this one. I don't know. A flap's kind of fun. We could put a side, this is a bag, and it's too wide for my pages. Now, what I also want to do is I'm going to take a border and I'm going to run it across the whole page, but I can't do that. I mean, I'd like to sew it in, so I'm going to have to go to this machine and do that while I have them. It's a little trickier than my sewing skills can manage like in this exact moment. So let's just see what else. I think this page needs something. So let me pull. Here's another piece of background that we could use. This is my January capsule. It says right there, January capsule. And this is from Sweet Lydia. There is a video, I'm hoping before this one, of me opening this. We swapped capsules for this month. And so I need to be using these things because that's the whole idea, is to use items. Okay, now that one I actually like quite a bit. I like that it kind of ties in a little bit with coloring. And it happens to cover that thing. So that's kind of interesting. Like a journal card. I actually kind of like the coloring of that. So maybe that's the winner today. That's fun. The question is that a right now decision? Or do I sew, you know, is it, I think I'm going to wait on this. So, what do I want to do with that? I've made a huge mess. Here's my paper drawer that's out. Here's a giant paper bag that I was going to glue on last night. I don't think that's going to be a today project. Let's see here. Here is a marker. I'm going to put right here brown and orange tag from Capsule. Okay. And then I'm going to put it on the top of my capsule. And I'm going to leave my capsule out so I guess I don't need my drawer out. It can sit right here where it goes and I can pull from it. Okay, that clears up a big thing. Okay, so we're going to do that on that page. That's kind of fun. I like the coloring here. Don't like it there. Does that matter? Probably not. This would be another fun one. This is that magazine paper just glued on stuff, right? Is that better? That's better, I think. So let's do something fun with this. I don't have out my punch that I want. Here's a fun one. Let's try this one. You guys, my house is quiet. It's January 1st, and there is serious football. Serious football going on. But everyone's taken a little rest. My husband went down for a nap. The Mighty Mighty Roo went down for a nap, and so did the Whiskey Dog. So I'm like, ooh, I'm going down to my craft room and seeing if I can get a little stuff done. Oops, I missed a spot there. So let's go back and repunch that. It's because it's not glued very well. You can see it's coming apart from the paper that I glued it to. What's happening? Knock it off. Okay. Let's punch you one more time. There, that's better. Okay, and we'll do the same to the other side. I think that's too much. Let's see. I might have missed it. We'll see in a minute. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, so this can go right here on this edge. You can see it's not straight. Look at the graph paper. Does not matter. Okay, there's a fun little side thing. Looks fine on this side. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, we are, I think, Yeah, it's not too bad. I want to cut, some of these down because, yeah, and we'll just cut this one because the cut's at the bottom. I did flip it over. It normally goes like this for me. And I decided to put the tops at the flaps at the top. I saw Melissa do that, I think last month or something. And I thought, oh, that's fun. I'll give it a try. And so we'll give it a try. All right. So we'll cut that one down just a little bit and tuck it back in here. This is just coffee dyed scrapbook paper that I didn't like because it was too bright. And now it's a little dark, but that's okay. It's January. It's dark around here. All right. Ironically, blue is my color, and there's not a lot of blue in here. Blue is my color for February normally. No, January. And you would think I would just, what do we need these at? We need them at, this is 8 1/4, so closer to 8 probably with a little wiggle room, right? A little wiggle room is good. So we're a little long. So again, we could just cut this. Why don't we do that? That seems fun. And I'm okay using the same scissors. I think that sometimes like kind of the consistency. Oh, the scissors are not okay cutting the tape that I taped these pages together with. Okay, let me think really quickly. That's too bad because I really like this coloring with this. And there's no way to get that, even if I flip them. All right, we'll go blue. That's fine. And then this one's fun. So we could add something to this page very easily. We, like this bag would be really pretty because we have some blue green kind of over here. And I feel like this is a logical place maybe for a little doily. Now, I pulled a couple of them. This one's actually pretty small and this one's pretty big. Let's see if I can undo any of this without ripping. Okay. I do have other papers here that we looked at. This one looks very snowflakey to me, so it's kind of wintry. We can do, lots of things with a doily. We can actually make a little pocket if we want. We could bring it down to the bottom edge. And leave it as a pocket. That's not very dramatic because it's against the white paper. My thought was just kind of something more like that, and I actually do like that. Let me see what else I have. I'm also looking at this piece of vellum right in front of me, which kind of has my eye. That's actually quite pretty. I was gonna try and add color to this, but I'm not thinking I need to do that. So we'll just we'll glue it on. I'm not even too sure this is the edge I meant to glue on, but it doesn't matter. I flipped it and I mean it does not matter, but that's okay. We'll glue it on here. Yeah. So that will give us like a little bit of a flap thing. If I sew along the top, it'll give us more of a pocket. So that's kind of fun. I am still thinking for whatever reason I would like a doily here. So I have my doilies here. I may not have like the size I'm actually looking for. Weirdly enough, this is like a, coffee stain tea stained one that's a little bit darker. It certainly could go with this page. I really like that. I think it's probably like kind of this moon thing. Let's see if I have, I don't know what size I'm looking for, but it's not the one in my hand, I can tell you that. Is this, okay, this is a little bit better. My doilies, I have multiple kinds in here. So there's square ones and silver and red. And then a lot of them I paint. I send these painted ones out in Happy Mail a lot. So, and then a pack of in the back here. I get them at the thrift store. So they're like $1 or 50 cents or something. I don't even know. I think I like the white. That's just kind of what my brain had in mind to begin with. So I think we're going to do that. And I am going to just do that. Okay. For whatever reason, interesting. I'm wanting to play with this piece a little bit more than usual. This is the other vellum. I mean, that little piece we just had, and I'm just going to see if it's, if whoever made this, We Are Memory Keepers, asked me, I would kindly suggest the next time you make this punch, you turn this thing around. Okay, that's my 2 cents. No, they didn't ask me, but that's what I would say if they did. If you want an actual tab, you need to get this fold right on this edge so it doesn't cut it, right? Because you want it not to be cut so it folds. In order to do that, you need to get this narrow enough, right? See, they didn't leave. If it was this way, you could put a whole, yeah, I know. And this little piece of paper is so tiny, I don't know if I can get it in here or not, because now it's mad at me. I think that's as close as we're going to get. Let's see if we got it. We sure did. Now see that little edge right there? Because it was a little crooked, but I still like it. Okay, yay. Yay us. Now you could always glue them together, of course. And a lot of times in journaling, we don't even want a real tab. We just want a tab, you know, for decoration or something. I don't know. So you just need the single. But if you want a real tab, let's see, where do we want this? Let's put it down. I tend to want it up here. I don't know why. My brain's definitely in a creative like buzz today, and I'm loving making this junk journal. So part of it is because Christmas is over and I'm here for that. Literally, like I started taking down decorations. I would have taken them down the day after Christmas if I could have, but we had family here. My daughter's still here. My son is gone. I would put Christmas away. It's just so much. Like it's overindulgence in every aspect of every, yeah. So, okay. I have this piece of paper right here that I really like. That's really pretty. Okay, so I am going to, here's what I know. I'm making all of these pages and I don't have that much to journal, folks. Let me be clear. My days are pretty basic, but we're going to create some space. I'm telling you that because I'm thinking as I put this on here, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to leave it as a flap. So this whole thing inside, I love this coloring. Okay. I love the interactive part as a flap. I am also only going to glue the edges here. So we have a giant pocket behind it if we need it. Okay. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to keep my fingers here so I don't glue this edge, and I'm going to spread a little bit of glue around the edge. Now I say a little bit because I think I'm going to end up sewing 2 of these edges anyway. It's the same discussion as before. Like, do I want to sew the pocket or do I want to sew the page? And I think we're going to end up sewing the page. Okay, you saw me dig this out. That is going to be like one of my next videos. And that is going through all of my old used up supplies from last year. I have well, no, I don't have every single one. I have almost every single supply that we used down here in a bag that I kept track of. And so I want to review them with you. Now, the question is, are we going to do it again this year? That's the question. So let me know your thoughts if you're watching. Did you enjoy me keeping track of my trash? Do you think I should do it again? Let me know. Let me know. I'm curious if I even want to do, something like this. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, let's do that. Now, I will probably come in and staple that because it looks a little unfinished to me. But that will be enough for now. I also can run it through the sewing machine, this whole piece, so that's fine too. All right, let's see what else we want to do. Let me look over here in my box. Okay, this piece is taken. I'm gonna take it out of my box. I'm actually gonna put it up in front of me. Let's look in our box really quickly. I also want to do some journaling. I'm just looking at my other thing here. Let's see. I would like to use another doily somewhere, so we'll leave that out. Now see, stuff like this, if I had it in there now and sewed it on, it would be really fun. Lydia, I love that you sent me like so much neutrals, not neutral in color, but like can just be used on any day, right? They're not, I don't know, like this isn't gonna matter what day I put it on, I guess is what I'm saying. So like some of these things, I love that so much. I just want to make sure if there's something I want to use prior to sewing. That's the goal right now, is if there's something prior to sewing. This would be really fun. Oh, but it's the same size as the whole page. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. I'm just struggling with like, where do I put this that it stays in my eye view? Because I think, oh, I also have, let's just grab some cards, shall we? Do we want to use, and normally I don't do this, but I just thought, it's Junk Journal January, and if I'm going to sew it, because I do like to sew it. It would be fun to have some stuff already in here and look integrated through the sewing, not just like separate. So that was my only thought. We might as well. Oh, see, I love that. I want to put that in the front, maybe. I do think that I might add planner girl. I'm going to put that in my planner. I did post a planner video, or it will be posting, of my choices for the year. You'll never regret being kind. Like, oh, these are cute. Oh, we could do a pocket on this page. I mean, we could just do something like that, right? Where you check the box. Again, I'm only going through this now because if I'm going to sew these on, obviously you could add it anytime as a journal spot or whatever. So it's just kind of fun. Like all these motivational things, I think I'm going to make kind of for February for my rue. Oh, that's 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of like I have not done my vision board for this year. And I'm feeling like some of these might make kind of a vision board page in this thing, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Look, write it down, write it down. Everyday happiness, do what your heart tells you. Okay, that one's kind of fun, only because it kind of ties in. Let's do it. It just grabbed my eye. We're going to do it. Okay, I'm going to, I think, give it a little. Sometimes I don't glue them and I just paper clip it, but I think the glue is fine. I'm not putting a lot on here. I don't want to mess with my machine more than it needs to be messed with, if you know what I mean. I'm going to put it right there in the middle of the page. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay, that's fun. All right, here is another fun page. Again, I don't need a pocket and a tuck spot every day. Trust me, I got not that much stuff going on in my life. These I'm going to put just up front because we're going to use them later. What are we doing here? We are way over. Let's think for a minute. I think I'd like to do a different punch on this one. So I don't know how you're supposed to do this, okay? This is what I do. I start in the middle because I know I want that. This punch is not super happy that I'm doing 2 of these at a time, but we're gonna be fine. And it's going to be really mad about this one because it has 2 cards and all the tape, and it did just fine. Look at that. Look how stinking cute that is. Okay. I'm also going to remember next time to put something under my paper to punch on. Do we want to cut an edge here? I think I do. I think I do. Let's cut it down. Let's cut it down like that. And I am going to, I just said I was going to remember to do this. Here, we'll use this. Only 20 years of crafting until I figured this out. Jeez Louise, Allison. Now, this one's interesting because I have this up here. I don't know what it's going to look like. Do I start? I don't know where to start. So some of y'all will be better at this than me. I don't know where to start on this. Because I think if I start right here, it's going to cut this corner off. We're going to try it. What could go wrong? It's only paper. Oh, I almost got it. We're gonna give it a little help. And it's gonna look amazing. Okay. Oh, that's stinking cute is what that is. We're gonna just round it off. Oh wow, I really like that. Okay, and then I don't have to get all the ooches because I already have them in a paper and I can dump them like that. Literally, I'm telling you, my brain is happy today creating. I am so happy with that. It makes me giggle. Okay, oops, we're gonna put it like that. Okay, so do we want something over here. And I think do we want to tab over it or something? And I think not. This already has a lot going on. And I think we can, we could do something like that. Ooh, that's a lot of circles. That's a lot of circles going on. We don't have to use the whole tab. We could just use half the tab. What do you think? What do you think? I kind of like that, actually. This is white. We're not getting the full benefit of the punch, right? Obviously. But I do like it because it ties in this scallop edge over here with over here. And we could use it as kind of like a clipboard. It looks like a clipboard to me. So let's do that. As I'm gluing this, I see something else on my desk. So let me just make sure this is what I want. Well, it doesn't matter. We can use both. It doesn't matter, Allison. Just use your stuff, okay? I'm going to move it over a little bit. There we go. You guys, oh, this makes my heart happy. Just using your stuff. See this? Oh, this is what I wanted to use. It's very big, and it's too big for this page. This... I've had this years and years. I keep reusing it. Okay. Oh, that makes me happy. Again, if I don't sew it, I'll probably just staple it or wait until the day comes. And if we put paper in here, right? Dang, that's cute. If we put paper in here, then we would staple it then, right? Like notes about our day almost. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay, so we will wait. We'll wait on that because we can tuck stuff in. Okay, that makes me happy. Okay, so I think this page is fine. It'll wind up with, journaling spots almost. This is a beautiful quote, and I want to keep her for sure. So it would almost end up with something like this on the top, which we could definitely do now. It would look like that. Let's just cut it down a little bit. Let's just cut it down a little bit. What a fun bag, though. I feel like 3.5. We'll start with 3.5. This is all savable, but I'm just not. I don't need it. Don't need it. Okay. I am going to cut off. I don't know. It is a little bit of an odd spot, isn't it? Like this edge. And again, these are not all decisions that have to be made today, but okay, either way, this envelope's too big for this journal, so we will make the decision that we're going to use it. And now, it may not like this at all. Let me put something else in here to help it. This tissue paper bag is pretty thin, and sometimes the punches don't particularly like that. So just pop another piece in there and eyeball it or measure it, whatever floats your boat, but I'm not measuring it. So it would go in something like that, and then, right? And then a card, like journaling cards, could go in here. I like that. I'm going to leave it right there. When I get to the sewing machine, if I choose to sew it in, that's, if I choose to sew it, I might stitch the actual paper bag and then glue it in so it looks like it's sewn. I don't want to actually sew it in because that would stitch here, which, you know, also is not a problem. I'm just, you know, I'm loving this, especially with the blue over here. I'm wondering if we want to do something like this. Which is not going to cover this spot. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Look at that. Yeah. And again, like the faux stitching, if you will, like I would stitch this piece of paper, although, yeah, I would stitch this piece of paper and then put it on here so it looks like it's stitched, or just stitch the edges, and this can be a pocket this way. That's a fun idea. This little doily could even go on here like this, and it would still give us, do you like that? Or should we fold? I don't like that. I like that. Let's do it. What fun! Are you having fun? What are you doing? I know some of you are already like not on January 1st. So how was your New Year's? You know what we did? Absolutely nothing. Oh, you know what? That's not true. I mean, we didn't do anything spectacular. We didn't do anything. We didn't leave the house is what we didn't do. We did go for a walk yesterday and hang out, and then we hung out and watched football, and then football was over. I didn't think I was going to make it to midnight, I'm not going to lie, but guess what my sweet family did for me? They watched Mission Impossible. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, with Tom Cruise. So my sweet Tom is going to make the last day of January page. Uh-huh. I know. Can't believe it. We got it done. This doily's not particularly happy with me. I'm not going to mess with it right now with a glue stick. I will go back in maybe with a little better glue and let it glue in there. But that tells me that goes there. I really like that. I will stitch the paper so it makes a pocket, and then we have a beautiful tuck right here, right, for like our daily notes. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Okay, yay, that page is done. Not that we need something on every page, but it's getting fun, so we might as well try it, right? I'm tempted. I'm tempted to dig through my box and see if there's another piece I want to use. I mean, I want to use them all, but like another piece I want to like sew in, you know? I don't want to use that one on this one, but it's coming up. I know the page, I think. I just want to make sure because I love these clusters. Okay, let's look over here really quickly. I think I want this somewhere over here. I don't know what we're going to put in here. I mean, obviously that's the whole page, right? I mean, we could, but I don't think I need to decide right now either. So that's okay. So we're going to leave this one like exactly as it is. All we're doing is prepping for sewing. So if it, obviously we're going to keep adding stuff. It's just a matter of like, yeah. Okay. So this, oh, well, it's green on both sides. I'm going to tuck it in here for now. Okay. I'm going to tuck it in here for now. And, we'll just see. We'll just see if that's where we want it. Okay. Now this page is big, right? This is the other one we had to cut down. Yeah. All right, so this is actually the middle of the book, and I chose this because I wasn't going to use it as a page, but I think now we are. I think I counted it into my pages is what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's like new, like words are new to me. I don't have out my big cutter, and I don't know if this one fits in here. It does, by the hair of its chinny chin. So let me do this, because this is the piece with a little bit more to ruin. I'm going to try and cut a little bit off each end. I think I'm going to lose her foot, or, you know, part of it, but it seems like, all things considered, that's, well, maybe not. I probably could have cut the other. Oops, there it is. I was like, where'd it go? Yeah, we're going to do that. I think we're going to leave it. I can always add a tab. I'll sew the edges. This is completely usable. So see, this whole piece of paper is going to be covered, right? Like with journaling or whatnot, but it doesn't, again, it's not a pre-sewing thing. I think part of what's bothering me is this purple tape on here. And so I'm going to actually take it off. Gotta love your washi. I kid you not. I made this at least 6 years ago. Get off my fingers. Gross. Okay. Yeah, look. Yeah, I think that will go there, right? And then the cards, oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. This is the other clear pocket, obviously. And so we'll just figure out what we want to put in there. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm hoping that I can keep these edges. Last year, when I used these, I made this the middle of my book, and the pockets were on the inside, like on the inner, right? So you could slide it in. This year, they're obviously going to be on the outside. I don't think they're going to fall out. Like, I think we can stuff it enough. If not, we'll staple it or tape it with a piece of clear tape so things don't fall out. Normally the inside goes to the inside of the book so you don't lose your photos, right? But I think we're going to be just fine. Okay, so this is good. This is almost good. But again, I think the idea of this will probably be to tuck, right? And that little bit will get covered, or we can glue something or whatever. So I think this is fine. Now, this one I would like a tab on or something. Yeah, that'll be fun. I happen to have this little piece out. Oh, let's look at our box. See, I've started a new habit. Welcome to January, where you start a new habit. I also have a huge box over there. So, oh, now we haven't added any, oh, lace. Okay, let's add lace. This is the perfect, page for lace. Let's see here. Yeah. That'll be fun. Yep. So we're just going to add a lace tab. I'm going to take a piece of it. The worst scissors ever. Like that, right? Heck yeah. Okay, let's just get a little glue on there to remind us that's what we're doing. And a little over here. You guys, I have not been to the gym in like, oh my God, a week. I haven't been to the gym in a week, you guys. We went, no, that's not true. I went Tuesday. Today's Monday. Oh, dear God. Like, you're never supposed to miss more than 2 days at working out, right? I mean, we've gone for lots of walks and blah, blah, blah. Not the gym. Yeah. The gym's closed today. you can go, you can, our membership, you can go on your own or whatever, but the gym, like there's no classes today. There was obviously no classes yesterday. I don't know. And we've had family here. So, excuse me as I shake my water. It's not dissolving my stuff. Okay. Let's get some hydration. That's amazing. Okay. You guys, are you loving this? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't journal for a year and I'll just make, maybe I should just make journals and use up my stuff. This makes me so happy right now. That's just trash, like literally, but I'm so happy digging in the trash today too. All right, anything we want here. Ooh, my little piece of lace fell out of the box. I have to put it back in the box. And I mean, that's really pretty, huh? I'm going to use that right there. And I'm going to, I just want it in here. Again, I think I'm going to end up stitching a lot of this. So I'm going to put a light thing of glue. Oh, I think my husband's up. Okay, I'm going to do that. Now we have a corner tuck, right? Okay. Now, do we want something over here, or is it just like we're good? And I think we're probably good. I'm not going to stitch. I'm not going to stitch this. I don't want a straight line right here. I love this edge that we created. I will probably stitch the bottom. We could run something else across the bottom. I'm just digging, you guys. I'm digging in my stuff. This is so much fun. Okay. I'm looking at my pockets. Like, I'm curious if we just want to put something like that on there. Like, this is an old pocket I made a long time ago, obviously, but I don't know. I'm going to leave it in here as an idea. Okay. So that will be done. We don't need to pre-do everything. I just need to make some decisions if I want it prior to stitching. Okay. These are not quite big enough, are they? These are normally the cards I send out like in Happy Mail. That's a lot going on. Don't need those. They are in my stitch pile though when I go to the machine in here in a little bit. This one will take also for Happy Mail. Okay. I'm looking just in case. Let me look over here real quick in my other stuff. I don't think. Okay, this one already has an edge to it. I mean, some of these may not need anything, and I guess I'm okay with that. I'm curious if, you know, we want to add well, that's kind of cute, huh? We'll add a little bit here. When I say a little bit, I mean like a little bit of glue because we're going to stitch this on. Literally the strip we cut off the other piece of paper, right? I'm going to leave it hanging out for now. The only thing I'm going to check is I probably made it a little long here. Okay, so that will look like that. That's kind of fun. Sometimes with these strips, if they are long, this one is not, so we will cut this one off. I'm going to cut the other one off also. But when it is long, I often fold them over to create like a little tab. Oh, that's not bad actually. I didn't know if color-wise it would be. Right? And then we'll just fold it to make a little tab like that. Oh, that's kind of fun. Okay. So here is this doily. We did not, on this side, I tacked it down with a little glue. So it's definitely in here. We don't have to tack it down. So I think I probably won't. I don't know. We can always tack it down later. All I wanted was it to be stuck in the book. Okay. Here is this beautiful, like a 1950s thing of Jello. Did you see the other one? Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. So I don't know again if I need to do anything. I'm wondering, this would be a fun one to add a border to. And I'm just looking if I have, these are actually really thin. So we might need to cut a strip. Ouch. Let's cut a strip of paper, shall we? What do we want? What do we want? Okay, this one would be fun. This one would be fun. On this side it's white and it's not long enough to wrap. But that is fun, isn't it? Well, I guess let's just try it. I think, do you want to try the big circles or the wavy? Let's try the wavy. I think we did the circles recently. So let's get out our paper. And I'm going to start. I don't know. I'm going to start there and I'm going to work it backwards. If I can see it. I can barely see the dots. I don't know if you can see the dots, but they are super tiny. And we are not, fortunately, in the game of having to be perfect around here because they're pretty hard to line up. Okay. Why are you stuck? What are you stuck on? Stop it. You're literally not stuck. Oh, you kind of are. Okay. Ooh. Let's get you out of here, shall we? There we go. Where are you stuck? This poor paper is pretty soft. I probably should have put something underneath it, like, you know, some cardstock. That would have made my punch a little happier. Hindsight 2020 and all. Okay, I think that's long enough. Okay. Yeah. Look how cute that is. Yep. Okay. Oops. A little bit more than that. And we'll just do that. I need to go check on my husband when I'm done here. He was not feeling well, which is why he laid down for a nap. And that's not a good way to start the year, if you know what I'm saying. All right, that's super fun. Super fun. And it gives us a little bit of fun on this side. Now it's white as opposed to whatever, but we'll figure it out. It's going to be just fine. I think this is trash. Trash. All right. Anything else here? What else do we want? I don't know. I think what I would like is a giant thing across it, almost to cover up some of this and some of this. Does that make sense? You know, since we don't have any strips of paper to play with, this is all strips that, let's find a piece. Oh my gosh, this was the piece. We're going to save this for February. Look at that. I think we saved them from last February. In fact, I know we did. Oh, so cute. I'm putting it in my other capsule that is like, did you hear that? Yeah, don't even know what that is. It's okay. It's okay. Why won't that go in the bucket? Oh, it's in the bucket. Okay. I'm fighting with something that doesn't, it was already in there. Okay. Look at, oh, it's not long enough, is it? Shoot. Not long enough. This one would have been fun, huh? Look at this one. I'm going to leave that out. We might use it. I'm looking for my longer strips of paper. Here is a stack. Here's another stack. So let's see. So my thought was, like, if we did, you know, across the whole page, maybe it would cut up some of this craziness. Now my eye tends to say we need something in the blue. Now I know that's not true, and it would probably be better if we didn't choose something in blue, almost something like that, to tie in some other colors and to, I mean, like that one could totally work. We definitely have, that is not January. This is not January to me either, which is, you know, I think it's actually a little bright, but we've done some bright stuff in here. Ooh, I don't like that one as much. We're going to keep this one out. Oh, what about this one? This one. I still don't like it as much as that one, but it's more January to me. This is all pink. This one. This one. Done. We're just gonna choose it. We could be here all day. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, we'll put these back. Whoops. Put these back in the drawer. And I'll leave these right, my drawer's open, like right where I can reach it, so I'll leave those right on top of the open drawer. Yeah, we're really close here on size. So what this looks like is probably me sewing this either to one side, like really sewing it, and then not sewing it, or I could get it, I mean, it just takes a little finagling on the machine, right? or we could just faux stitch this whole pocket and glue it in. Either way, we're gonna notch them and give us over my shoulder. Give us something like that. And then that will give us, you know, pockets. Okay, cool. So that one goes here. And I mean, anything else, we can add tabs or something. If we, again, it's just pre-sew is what we're looking at here. This page I do not care for. And that's okay. Part of what I don't care for is like the distinction in color or difference in color. I don't have to keep this flap. Excuse me. I don't have to keep this flap. We could also cover up like this entire thing with a pocket or something also, or a giant, I'm just trying to see with another piece of something. I'm just looking what else I have over here. Let's see. Okay. We don't have to make, like I said, this decision. I'm tempted, like the red makes me go, oh, red, but that is not, I don't want to use her right now. I know, because that will be a day, like a specific day. This might be my favorite piece in the entire box, just so we're all clear. I mean, stuff like this, but again, not pre-sewing. We don't have to make life decisions necessarily. So, I love this one so much. Okay. Okay. So we're not pressured to do that. So I think, well, I really don't like this at all. We could flip it over. Let's flip it over this way for now. Here's what we'll do. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to cut this side to match that side, so it looks more like an envelope. Again, we might use it as like a, you know, a tuck this way. We might staple it. We might do something, but I'm going to flip it over to this side and not worry about it. Oops, not worry about it on this side. Okay, because I don't like the coloring. Okay, so we're going to do that. So then it's just a matter of what else do we want here? And it could be nothing. The answer could be nothing, and I could just sew it. I'm just wanting to double check. I'm thinking this might be fun as a belly band. Let's try it. Let's try it. I really love it and I want to use it, and let's put some glue down to get it where we want it. It's probably a little too much glue. Okay. I'm gonna put the edge at the top. I'm gonna not pull it super tight, but a little bit of enough. It's not stretchy, okay? But we also don't want it like so loose that it doesn't hold anything, but I think the lace will work as a belly band. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. See, and then we can, whoops, and then we can tuck things in. Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm leaving this piece at the top because do we like that? I think I do. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put just enough glue down to hold it here. Okay, now I might stitch around this whole thing Okay, I really like that. That's exciting. This page I'm not in love with. I don't like necessarily these colors together, but that's fine. I can color this later, or it can get all covered up by something. So that's not a huge headache. This is like a piece of a card I cut off the other day. It's literally sitting here next to me. I could fold it, but I don't need to do that. So I kind of like the gold. Don't know why. Let's do it. It's sometimes just fun to reach for stuff and put it in. I don't mind. And sometimes we get caught up. I get caught up in, does that match my day? Like, why would I have a piece of gold on that day? It's just a Tuesday. I was at work, but it's already done for me. So ta-da, done. Okay, now we're on this page. This doesn't do anything for me necessarily, but that's fine. I mean, we have the rest of the month, so I'll go ahead and stitch it. I don't think I need to add anything else here. I'm wondering, okay, these things I really got out because I wanted to use, but I'm just not using them. And they would be very tiny borders, or, I mean, we could use like the black and white, because the black and white, you know, this over here is so black and white. Oh, wait. Okay, I see this, but it reminds me I have something else. But I see this. Oh, okay. I kind of like that. This is like too much. It's like too stark, too similar. I don't know the word. Doesn't matter. I don't like it. So I'm going to put those in my little drawer. But in our bucket, in our capsule, we have we have this, but that's not, they're not, see, I have this too. They're too dark for me in contrast with this. So I'm going to save them, and I'm going to put this one on. You guys, can you imagine if I just made a journal and didn't journal in it? Like, didn't even have the intention of journaling in it. Just like, oh, I'm just going to glue stuff all month. And it had nothing about my days or anything. We just glued it. I guess that's a glue book. I don't know. Oh, I am having a lot of fun though. I'm leaving like a little edge intentionally. Again, I did drop this one down. Normally I would run it up and loop it over, but I don't need to do that. And I don't like the bottom of the paper. It was too white. So I'm going to leave it just like that. This one I love. This is really one of my favorite pieces in the entire book. I know it seems crazy. I don't think I want to do anything to it right now. Yeah, I really like it. And like whatever else comes that day, we'll just see. Now this is the piece on the other side that we're going to cover up, right, with this tag. So we are in the same predicament, people, same predicament. I don't know how I'm doing on time. It's taking me a long time to get through this, and I apologize. Oh my gosh, an hour and a half or an hour and 15 minutes. Oh gosh. Okay, this one may not post ever. It may take months to post. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to turn the camera off because it takes entirely too long to load these videos. So I'm going to leave you here. This is going to be part 2 of me stuffing or getting pre-sewing in, stuff in the journal pre-sewing. I will finish this. I am going to sew it, and I'll bring you back for part 3 of putting it all together. Okay, let's do that. I appreciate you hanging out. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I am having a hoot. Obviously, it's been over an hour of me like fiddling in these pages, and I have, 6 probably left to do. So I will leave it here. I will bring you back for part 3. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know what you're doing in your journal, and other ideas you have. I would love to hear them. I'm all about using my supplies. Oh, dare I say it? Dare I say it? I think I'm on another no spend. We'll see how long. I don't know. I'm contemplating it. Okay. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful start to the new year. And I hope you find something today that inspires you. Take care.